Good morning and welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show. Whew, almost missed the start of the show this morning, talking about things. Was in the chat for a second. Just wanted to let you guys know I'm totally motivated for this week because Manchester United are playing on Thursday and I am ready for it, man. I am ready for it. But today is our big tables update day where we get into all the tables, let you know where all the teams are doing. But I had a long night last night. And no, I wasn't out dancing and shaking and stuff like that. Let's have a look. Okay, we're going to get into some football. Obviously, everything to do with the North American sport, the EuroLeague basketball, snooker, around the world. Keep you updated on a lot of things this morning. But let's just ease on into it. All right, this evening there will be EuroLeague basketball. That's the standings of the series at the moment. But more importantly, we're going to be live this evening at 8:45 Central European Time for Real Madrid against Olympiacos Piraeus. There you go. Two powerhouses, two of the traditional clubs in Eurobasket. This should be epic. Real Madrid have to win. They are down 2-0, so if they lose this one, they're out. The playoffs are done. So it should be a very, very interesting game. We will be live for that, so please join us. Then this weekend, lots of Super Rugby coming up this weekend. We will have a few of these games. Let me just go to the side here, it makes more sense. The Blues against the Force will definitely be on this channel. Fijian Drua against the Reds will be on here. The Hurricanes against the Chiefs is going to be here. I don't know if Vern wants to do the Brumbies against the Waratahs, and then the Western Force against Moana Pacifica. That'll be on Sunday. There is Super Rugby on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. They've split it up a little bit better. I quite like that. That doesn't mean we have to do 5 in a row. But we will start off the Super Rugby with the Blues against the Western Force. So that'll be at 4 o'clock. No, that's Friday morning. So Friday morning, that'll be at 9 o'clock Friday morning, Central European Time. Check us out for that. Now, let's start with the NBA playoffs. As you can see there, the results, but I will show you the bracket afterwards. But the big game last night was the Rockets against the Warriors, and that was a close one, but the Rockets lost 106-109 to the Warriors. The Warriors taking a lead in that series. And the Cavaliers just destroyed my Miami Heat. Yes, Janet, I saw you in the chat before. The Miami Heat, that is I think their biggest playoff loss ever. That is a walloping. So the Cavaliers are through. Let me show you how the bracket looks there. We do have the Thunder and the Cavaliers. The 2-1 seeds already through. Everybody else is still playing a little bit. You know, some of the series are close to being finished. I mean, can the Lakers come back? Don't think so. I think the Warriors will come through now. Look, the other series is the Pacers looking good against the Bucks. The Knicks looking good against the Pistons. It looks like all the top seeds are going to come through, except for the Lakers and the Rockets. Those are the two teams that are having a little bit of problems. Then NHL, there were games in the NHL last night, and the Stars lost to the Avalanche 2-6, and the reigning champions, the Panthers, they beat the Lightning 2-4. The rest of the series is on the table there, as you can see, but I will show you the bracket. This is the way. No one is through in the NHL. It's all very tight. Whereas the biggest leads are 3-1. Yeah, everybody in the Eastern Conference is leading 3-1. Whew. And everybody in the Western Conference 2-2, except for the Stars and the Avalanche. The Stars are leading that one now 3-2. So interesting times there in the playoffs. Then Major League Baseball. A lot of games last night. A lot of scoring. It's got to be with this new bat. I've never seen the scoring up this much. So that should be interesting. Should be a lot of home runs this year. See if somebody can break a record in the home runs. But let's start off. The Mets destroyed the Nationals 19-5. The Twins killed the Guardians 11-1. The Yankees lost 3-4 to the Orioles. The Cardinals lost 1-3 to the Reds. The Oakland Athletics beat the Texas Rangers 2-1. The Atlanta Braves beat the Colorado Rockies 6-3. The Marlins and the Dodgers are in the bottom of the ninth. At the bottom of the eighth. I think the ninth has just started. It's still 5-5 there. And the Tigers lost to the Astros 5-8. But it is, Table Tuesday. That's a new name, Table Tuesday. Just come up with that one. It is Table Tuesday, so let's have a look. That's the American League for you. The Yankees, the Tigers, the Mariners, all doing well in their respective brackets there. So check out where your favorite team is in the American League. Then we go to the National League. The Mets. The Mets is the number one team in the Major League Baseball with the most wins. Looking at the rest of the teams, look. The Colorado Rockies are just a terrible, terrible team at the moment. Only 4 wins out of 28 games. Wow. Then tonight, Arsenal face Paris Saint-Germain, a big Champions League semi-final clash. The other semi-final will be Barcelona against Inter Milan tomorrow. Then on Thursday, Tottenham Hotspurs take on Bodo Glimt, and Manchester United travel to Athletic Bilbao. Then we do have the Conference League. Chelsea take on Djurgården, and Real Betis and Fiorentina face off. So that's going to be the European football for this week. Very, very interesting. Look, my hopes are Paris Saint-Germain and Inter in the final against each other. In the EuroLeague, I would like to have Manchester United against Bodo Glimt, and in the Conference League, I'd like to have Djurgården against Real Betis, but it's all not going to happen. It'll all come differently, don't worry. So let's get into it. Let's get into those tables this morning. Let me just shift over properly so that I can do this really easily. Let me just check the chat. Isa's in the chat. Bernie's in the chat. Ronnie's in the chat. Vernezel. Daffy Duck. I see David was in there. Everybody. Anton, Tito. Buenas noches. We have our Japanese contingent. Konnichiwa. We have our Indian contingent. Namaste. There we go. Of course, the Austrians are in the house. I have to put out a big servus this morning. Then all the South Africans are there as well. How's it? Then we have our English contingent in there. Good morning, sirs. So everybody, good morning. So let's start off with the football. Let's start off with the Premier League. This is the situation in the Premier League. And we're just going to have to put it out there. Liverpool are the champions, as we said yesterday. That's the situation in the Premier League. Let's have a quick look at it. Liverpool are through. Arsenal are through. They will definitely be in a Champions League spot, I believe. It's still 4 games, but I think Arsenal are in there. And then it is a battle from Newcastle, Man City, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa. They are all in it. And that is 2, 4, 5 teams. And out of those 5, 2 are not making the Champions League. Interesting. Good seasons from Fulham, Brighton and Bournemouth, all fighting for that European spot still. Let's have a look at the bottom half of the table, where you find a team at 14th. Never should be there. Disgrace. But next year's our year, don't worry. Look, put the red arrow on there. The bottom 3 have been confirmed, and they're all going back down. They all came up last year, and they're all going back down this year. Southampton, Leicester and Ipswich Town will be in the Championship next year. I'm going to bring up a Championship table tomorrow, I think. Just interesting to show you what's going on in the Championship. And the rest of the teams, they're just not playing for anything at the moment. For United and Tottenham, it's all about the Europa League, trying to get into the Champions League. So yeah, that is the football from England. Then we move to La Liga. And they're looking good for Barcelona, but it's only 4 points, plenty to play for. Atletico should make the Champions League spot. Athletic Club Bilbao should make a Champions League spot. And then the last Champions League spot will be fought out between Villarreal and Real Betis, I believe. So that is the top half of the table. Let's go to the bottom half of the table. And we have Valladolid. They have been relegated. Leganes, Las Palmas and Alaves, Girona, Sevilla, they're all still fighting for survival. So that is the bottom and the top half. Then, there's so many tables to get through this morning. Then we move to Bella Italia. And after this weekend, Napoli has taken the lead in the table. And Napoli is 3 points ahead of Inter. It's still 4 games to go, but it's going to be very tight there. Atalanta, Juventus, Bologna, and Roma, and Lazio and Fiorentina are all fighting for the Champions League spots. We look at the bottom half of the table. No one has been relegated as of yet, but it's not looking good for Monza because there's only 4 games left. They can get 12 points. What I say, the shit will have to hit the fan for Monza to stay up, so they're not going to stay up, but officially they are not relegated yet. So that is the Serie A for you guys. Then we move to the Bundesliga, and 3 games to go. Bayern up by 8 points, so they need a point. Looks like Bayern are going to be the champions. Leverkusen will come in second. Frankfurt, Freiburg, I think they make the Champions League spots, but look, it's still Leipzig, Dortmund, even Mainz and Werder Bremen could all still challenge for that last Champions League spot. At the bottom of the table, in Germany is a little bit more complicated than in other countries. The bottom 2 get relegated directly. The third from bottom plays a playoff against the third from the second division. At the moment, Heidenheim had that spot in. 3 games to go. Kind of looks like those 3 are going to be at the bottom, but it's still close there for them to jockey positions. Then, bonjour, we're moving to the French League. And that one was done a long time ago, and Paris Saint-Germain have secured that one. Looking good for Marseille and Lille, but look, I would say from Marseille all the way down to Strasbourg, it is still very open who gets the Champions League spots. We'll go to the bottom half of the table. Still 3 games to go, so there's 9 points. Also in France, there's a playoff for the third last spot. But Montpellier, you are down. Officially, you are down. So Saint-Etienne, Le Havre, Angers, Nantes, and Reims, they're still fighting it out for who's going to go get relegated. I've got a lot of tables this morning. Then we go. Let me just take care of that quickly. Then we go to the Portuguese League. And there it's a beautiful fight there between Sporting Lisbon and Benfica Lisbon. The big derby. That's going to be good, man. This is going to be really interesting. So, those 2 are definitely fighting for the table. They'll also both make that Champions League spot. Braga, Porto, a little bit disappointing this year. Let's have a look at the bottom half of the table. There it's still all open. No one has been relegated officially, but it's not looking good for Farnese, Boavista, Porto. What are you doing down there? I do not know what AFS is, but hey, look, not looking good for you either. Then, goeiemorgen to my Dutch friends there. This is the top of the league there. And looking good for Ajax. PSV does have a game less, but it looks like Ajax could do it this year. The big 3 are all on the top. Ajax, PSV and Feyenoord. My go-ahead Eagles, they are in 7th spot. Good season from the go-ahead Eagles. Let's look at the bottom of the table. There, nothing has been decided quite yet. All we do know is that Waalwijk will not be able to keep themselves afloat. They'll have to probably go over a playoff, or they're going to go directly down. So that's the Dutch league. Then we go to the Bosporus and we go to the Turkish league. They called the Super League. And there it's looking very good for Galatasaray, followed by Fenerbahce. Those 2 are way out of front. I mean, it's like a 2-horse race there. The rest is just, as I would say, shit. Disappointing season from Beşiktaş. That's the situation at the moment. At the bottom of the table, I got to find out tomorrow what is with Adana Demirspor. They are minus 2 points. I think they just got docked a lot of points, and then they didn't play a lot of games. I don't know. I don't know what that whole situation is. I will check it out and I'll inform you tomorrow. There you go. But that's the rest of the league. 2 are down, and it's between Bodrum, Antalya Sport, and Sivasspor. Those are going to fight out for that last relegation spot. The football's done. Thank heavens. A lot of football to get into there. Huh? A lot of football. Then let's just move on to the snooker this morning. The quarterfinals are up. They are starting this morning. And look, that is your quarterfinal lineup. You have John Higgins going to take on Mark Williams in a match of the old boys. Just have a quick look in there. All right. Zhao Qing Tong will take on Chris Wakelin. That's a surprise quarterfinal. No one expected them to be there. Luca Brazil and Judd Trump will take on each other. Two champions as well. Oh, of course, Higgins and Williams are also two champions. And then the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan, takes on Ziyahu. Yeah, look, it's looking good. If you're the Rocket, you're in a good half of the draw. You come through this one, it's Wakelin or Jing Tong. The 4 world champions that are left on the top half all got to play against each other. So John Higgins, Mark Williams, Luca Brazil, Judd Trump. I'd like to see Mark Williams come to the final. Hey, if Mark Williams wins, is he going to do a striptease like he did a few years ago, coming to the press conference in a towel? That'll be quite interesting. But that's the snooker. Don't forget, let me get back to that quickly. Don't forget this evening. Here we go. EuroLeague basketball live on the channel, 8:45 Central European time. Join us for that. You guys, remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble from my political advisor. Have a great day. Have a great morning. Have a great evening. And for all of those that are flying somewhere, be safe. And all of you others as well, be safe. And all I've got to say is I'm going to sign off with a quack, quack. There you go. Ciao, ciao.